Welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I want to show you today not just how to set up a planner. So this is the standard size version. That was the May version. But now she has this and a nice baby blue standard size traveler's notebook in her shop. And I want to set this up for June. I think the color is just poppin' for June. And so what I've got here is a smattering, as you can see, a whole host of all my different supplies from Mommy Lay over the years. Now, I know a lot of you are sad and stressed out that you no longer have Mommy Lay as a subscription box monthly, but I think we've all hoarded enough that we can definitely get on the setup train without a kit. And so today what I'll be doing is showing you how I put together my setup using parts and components from different kits and making them work. Basically what it boils down to is tone and colorway. So just to start off, I've got my inserts here. I know I need 4 insert covers. This is going to be one, even though it's got 2 in it. I'll explain later. And then I've got an additional one that I'm just going to add as is. So the theme I'm going for here is more of a summer pastels. So this bright pink, I'm going to start pulling some paper to show you how the bright pink affects the papers. I know that this is an acetate and it has this bright pink in it. Do you see how it doesn't really complement each other because they're the exact same color? Now, if you're looking for more of like a matchy-matchy, I'd say go for it. But think about using other tones. This one has more of a dark and deeper tone because it has the blues in it. But then again, if you want to say, okay, how do pastels react? So this is personally my favorite. I think pastels with a bright gives that great balance between dark and light. Even though that these are the same different colors, they're exactly on the same Pantone chart. So while I'm setting up this planner, I'm gonna pretty much focus on pastels, and I really like the blues and the oranges that go with it. What you can do also, if you want to cheat that way, is you can look at what kit it did come with and then pull the parts and pieces you have from that kit to kind of make it cohesive, and then fill in the holes with some other things. This came from a different kit. And these two came from one kit. This came from another. But as I go and pull things through here, as you can see, this, because of the pastels and the greens, works oh so nicely with the stripes and the pattern. So you could just take this in so many different directions if you want, but this is where I'm going for today. So with that being said, I'm going to be pulling stuff from this big stash too as well. I have lots of washi tape that doesn't fit in my drawer, sticky notes, stickers, and old insert covers that I've used previously. So you never know what's going to show up in my planner. All right, let's put it on fast forward so you guys can take a quick sneak peek at how I'm going to put it together. And then I'll do a voiceover, and then way at the end, just like I usually do, I'll do a fast flip through. All right, guys, I'll see you on the back end. I'm just sitting here staring at that beautiful TN right in the middle. It's the perfect shade of pink. And speaking of pink, I do have a self-healing cutting mat, which is that bright pink thing. And the yellow thing is the ruler that goes along with it. So I use a rotary cutter and a rotary mat and a rotary ruler. You can find them in the quilting section of your local craft store. Now, as you can see, I'm just pulling papers from my stash. I always try to get one floral, one stripe, and then one small print. So that's the combination I kind of have. I have 2 stripes, to be honest. And then I just slap them all together in a pile and cut them at 8 1/4 by 9. And it's the perfect size insert for my Annie Plans printables that I use for my planner. Now I'm doing some layering here with different sizes and shades of the paper. So I'm starting with the floral as a background, and then I'm layering 2 on top of it. So I have a background, a middle ground, and a foreground. So then I'm going to grab my die cuts that I keep in that one little section of my art bin. A lot of people ask me how I store my Mommy Lay items, and that is one of the most perfect things. It's a very large box. but it holds absolutely everything mommy life for the little pieces. So you can buy it at Dick Blick, or you can try to buy it off of Amazon. All right, well, I finished that one up super quick. I just added a few die cuts and then I was ready to go. This one, with that floral background, I had the stripes going up and down, and right offhand when I saw that acetate, I said, oh my gosh, it looks like a window box. So I thought, well, let's just kind of recreate some sort of window box type of thing. I did end up trimming and trimming and trimming that one little piece of, I guess, wave shape to give it a base. And then I added a couple more die cuts on top. I do love the washi tape that she has with Paper House Productions, and that was from that dot one on the bottom is from it. So that the gold, the rose gold one with the hearts on it, I don't know when or where that came out, but it came in my PR package not too long ago. So I was like, score, I'm adding that one for sure. So I'm just adding a few extra stickers here and working on my next one. I didn't really want to cover up that galaxy. This is one of my most favoriteest kits ever. It was Blossom into Space, and I was kind of hoarding this paper, but I thought it was about time to get it done. What I've done is cut, these little weird triangles. I don't know why I came up with that, but I just kind of wanted there to be a focus point. And then I had all of these 1/4 inch strips from when I cut that 8.5 by 11 paper. So I just added them for some verticalness. So I've got horizontal and now vertical. And then Blossom was on a sticky note, so I just went ahead and fussy cut her out and then put the magical thoughts on top as well. And I think it needed a couple more things, so I added another piece of vertical and a piece of washi horizontal. But now once you pull everything out of your stash, it's really easy to just use those same things over and over again in just different ways. So you'll see throughout the time I'm using the same washi, same types of washi, but in different ways. Now I've got the one with her in a balloon, and I kept pulling die cuts, and I kept realizing I'm gonna have to get rid of the yellow. I didn't like the yellow tones with all of those pinks and blues, so I needed to find other die cuts with that sort of tonal effect. I'm just building a little bit of a scene here at the bottom. My intention was to have a bunch of words. It didn't work out the way I wanted to, but then I added these vertical 1/4 inch on each section, and then I put it to bed. I did trim off the edges of these dashboards I put together a while ago that I just pulled from my stash. I thought they would make great bookmarks, but I needed to refresh them a little bit, so I added a couple alphas and a die cut, and they're brand new again. I did want to make a tag. I always make a tag every time I put a setup together. It makes a great bookmark. But this time I wanted to make more of a traditional square bookmark. So on top of this tag, I just wanted to put one sticker right in the center to be a focal point. And then I cut out a 3-inch rectangular piece of paper so the tag had more of a harder base. Then I grabbed some rickrack and some unicorn ribbon that I got at Michael's not too long ago to make the bookmark have just a little bit of extra something. Now that I've gotten all of my insert covers together, it's time to assemble. So a lot of you were asking, well, none of my straps are the same. So my suggestion is find the one that's long and kind of move it back and forth to make it the same. This one is a little bit tighter, but if you just make sure that they're all about the same length, you won't have any issues with that. Right, my first insert's going to be my June insert, and now I have the hard time of deciding which one I want my cover to be. I think I want to incorporate some more of the brighter, darker pinks in the cover on this one. So this will be my first one. So how you do it is you put it in the middle of the insert, around the middle, the first one of these. I won't have to double up many of these because of what I've got going on. So now here's the back cover, and I need something coordinating. So usually when I do florals, I want to do either stripes or something bland. I don't mean bland, but not so large, so smaller print. So I'm going to pick this one. And again, these are 2 inserts I have together with a rubber band. I'm just going to go ahead and put that in there. Open it up to the middle, which is actually the next month in July. Move that in here. So for my next insert, I want to have my weekly, but I need to figure out what color cover I want. So I'm going to pick this one, go to the middle of that one, and then at the same point go to the middle of my next insert, which is this July, and that will look smashing in between with the stripes. So middle, and then I have a rubber band, and I go around the middle of those and under this next elastic, just what I thought would look wonderful. And then my back elastic is going to be the middle of this plain Mommy Lay insert that I've used it quite extensively, and I want to keep using it. It's kind of like a great place to jot notes. All right, so I've got everything in there. It's now time to work on the pockets. If you remember, I did go ahead and grab this as one of my inserts. I love the fact of how fun it is and colorful. I love the way that looks, so I'm going to add that one as well. And then I've got a bookmark here that I can travel throughout the week. Now that I've gotten all of this together, I'm going to get my tabs on each of the inserts, and I'm ready to go. All I have to do now is just put a few more finishing detail touches on the inside cover, so I'll get a few paper clips and work on that off camera. All right, guys, thank you so much for this great time putting this together. Real time. It took me 42 minutes to put all of the insert covers together, and it makes just a wonderful one-of-a-kind kind of planner. Of course, you can always add or subtract anything that you'd like. Just make sure that the colorways work for you and your planner. All right, guys, thanks for stopping by. Bye.